Well, here at the CarOffer booth with Bruce Thompson, CEO of CarOffer, and here at the NADA show. Bruce, thanks for inviting us over.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see you again.
Yeah, absolutely. So CarOffer, man, has been a labor of love for you for a little while. You've been through an acquisition, the whole 9 yards. What's this journey? I know you've been an entrepreneur in different respects, but what's this journey kind of been like for you?
This has been really the culmination of all of our efforts, even way back from when we started AAX, American Auto Exchange, back in '01. Really, a company upon company brings it to a crescendo, and that's CarOffer. Yeah. And with the pandemic, really was scary at the time because we had to shut things down, etc. And then, hey, it played right into our hands. Yeah. As dealers needed used cars, and so we were able to ride a wave that I've never seen anything like it in my 30 years in the industry. It was actually incredible. Now we're on the kind of the tailwind of that wave, and but tell you what, it's never a dull moment.
Yeah,
never a dull moment.
It's never a dull moment. What? Give me like one of the non-dull moments in your 30-year career. Like, open it up a little bit. What's been some of the most exciting stuff or ridiculous stuff that you've seen?
I tell you what, with we went through the Great Recession, which was pretty crazy, right? And then we did the COVID era, which I think transformed our industry, probably brought it forward a couple of decades, simply because everybody was focused on, before the pandemic, was really brick and mortar from an auction perspective, and then we saw this industry change almost overnight, right, with the dealer-to-dealer platforms like ours, as well as digital retail. It really brought a lot of that to the front. So it's been an exciting, challenging, but really exciting last 18 months. I'm sure a lot of people will be writing a book about it one of these days.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, so real quick, a lot of life about cars. You've been in the industry 30 years, but there are nights and weekends. Yes. What's your get out? What's kind of like your get out of the auto thing, and whether it's family or outdoors or whatever it is, where do you go for relaxation or rest or fun?
I'm a huge NBA fan, so I had a Mavericks season ticket since Dirk was a rookie. And so we love to go to the Mavs games, and then we're big water sports people. So we do wakeboarding, and I'm injured most weeks out of the summer. But I have 3 son-in-laws, so it's it's typically a water war out there.
That's awesome. All right, so back to CarOffer just a little bit. You guys have been fortunate to grow to over 12,000 dealers on the platform at this point. What is leveraging having that much access to inventory for the dealer partners, for you all, to really engage with that sort of inventory exchange? Yeah,
well, CarOffer is a different type of platform. We take a different approach. It's much more like Wall Street than it is a traditional bidding platform. And so any given day, we have hundreds of thousands of vehicles in the system that we're actually placing offers on, 600,000-700,000 a day that's automated. And so what we're starting to see is that automation, has a lot of different applications to it and a lot of different opportunities. And so those are some of the things that we're exploring right now.
I've spent a lot of times in stores. I was 12 years on the retail side, and one of the things that I know about auction life or buying cars or doing any of that, the time to do the research between your LMS, your IMS, and your inventory and your back sales and what's coming in the auction and whether or not it's a good recon vehicle and whether the price is right for is just, it's a full-time, it's probably a double full-time job for most stores. Yes. How are you all leveraging things like buying metrics and how are dealers leveraging that to speed up the efficiency to purchase?
Yeah, we actually have a tool called Auto IIM, or Ideal Inventory Model. And what it'll actually do is it seamlessly helps these dealers, takes historical sales, market data that we get from Car Gurus, and actually helps them not only target the right number of cars, but automatically acquire those cars based on preset strategies. So if I say I need a 32-day supply of inventory, and it knows I need 3 terrains at any given time, and I sell one, it'll automatically go source a third one for me. So we've integrated tools like that really back from our AAX days into automation and acquiring the units that we need in real time.
Yeah. I was having a conversation with a dealer last night at one of the NADA parties, and one of the things they said to me is sometimes a lot of the industry partners and vendors are kind of working off their own project plans, their own things that they're looking for, and what dealers really need is partners that are going, hey, this is what we need. These are the gaps that we need to fill. How are you supporting that? Even knowing that you have your own projects and things that you need to grow, but how are you supporting dealers' needs and their necessities?
The only reason we've ever been successful is listen to our customers at the end of the day. And so, we'll start with typically we start with the product that we think there's a need for because we understand the industry very well. But inevitably, whenever you get to, in your clients, they've got different needs. And that's really how you take a product to the next level, is listening to what your dealers need. And we're continually doing that. I mean, the application never changes. It always evolves, and it evolves because the dealers need new tools.
Yeah. So speaking of those new tools, and I know a lot of dealers, they'll start on a platform or a tech partner and kind of understand the base level, and things come along new, and you're always trying to allow them more into the space. What are you guys leaning into right now, and what should dealers look on, if they are on the platform or not on the platform, to experience new elements of the platform?
Yeah, so what we're our application or model is really asset or resource light, in terms of we don't have 1,000 inspectors out in the field that work for us, right? So what we do is we leverage third-party partners. And, used cars, there's so many different intangibles that determine their worth, and condition is a huge element. So, we went through the explosive growth, and when cars are going up in value, so I buy a car, and by the time I get it back on my lot, I actually can make a wholesale profit on it. Those are easy times. And what we've seen now, as we started to see depreciation set in, is we needed mechanical type inspection. So we've integrated those now. It's working phenomenally well for us, right? So buyers can understand if they get a car, it is what it's supposed to be at the end of the day. So those are some of the things that we're implementing now, as well as we have a new application. It's called Sell Now, CarOffer, but I can scan a car, it does an automated book out, and it'll produce an offer for me in about 2 to 3 seconds. So if I'm in an auction lane and I want to know what that car's worth, I want to sell it, or I'm doing an appraisal, those type of things, that's what it does. And then it allows, once I accept that, we then send out a mechanical inspection, make sure that car's what it's supposed to be, and off to the races we go.
That's awesome. That's amazing. All right, last question. Imagine in front of us there aren't these cameras, but there's actually 1,000 dealers. You're on a stage elevated by about 10 feet, and you get the last word, the encouraging word for them for 2023. What's the encouragement that you'd like to impart? It can be about your stuff or anything that you think they're experiencing. What's that encouraging word?
I would tell them that you're on the cusp of probably the most cutting edge from a technology perspective that our industry has ever seen. And I think what you're going to see is a proliferation of tools like ours and others that streamline and bring automation to our industry in a huge way. As much money is involved in the automotive industry, one of the problems that we have, it's still pretty antiquated, which opens up the doors for opportunity for tools like ours. And so if I'm a dealer, I'm looking at the market right now. I understand interest rates are going up. Prices are depreciating, but I think in a few months you're going to start to see a tailwind on that. And then with the proliferation of tools that we have out there today, like ours and Car Gurus, et cetera, hang on to your seatbelt. A lot's coming down the pipe.
I love it. Hang on to your seat. Well, Bruce, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Congrats on everything you've built, and I look forward to see what you guys continue to build.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.